Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. What's up? So I kind of been in a hibernation because the last few days I have been um just captivated by The Chosen. I sat and watched like all three seasons, binge watch like for the last 2 or 3 days. And when you're watching those, you definitely have to be still. You cannot be distracted. You cannot be on your phone. Like you really need to give all your attention to watching the show. And just breathtaking. But after watching that show, I had a lot of revelations as I was watching. But one of the things that kind of has been standing out to me is like they didn't always know, the disciples didn't always know what was next, right? And the Lord was just also showing me like our thought process and the way we think about things. So I know that for me, I have been kind of in this weird kind of space season. I quit my job back in November and I have been trying to figure it out. And I have gone on like some interviews, but like when I go to those interviews now, I'm showing up as my full self. Whereas before, I believe I went in there and you can kind of tell like, oh, she's not secure. She's, insecure, doubtful, unsure. You could tell. You can read people and tell, for the most part. And I didn't answer the questions with confidence and different things like that. So now I'm showing up with my head held high, confident in knowing the answers, confident in how I would respond and not how they would want me to respond. And you know that confidence can kind of sometimes like disqualify you, make you overqualified sometimes as well. And it's not a cocky confidence like, oh, I know it all, but just knowing who you are can intimidate people that don't know who they are. So I had been praying to the Lord and just telling him like, I surrender my thoughts. I surrender my plans to you. And as most of you know, I had went back to school for hair. I want to get into makeup, and some other things or whatever. And the Lord, but because I don't have clients like that, and because I don't have certain things, I have disqualified myself that I need to focus on my business, right? Just because these certain things aren't happening or moving and shaking right now. And I'm like, okay, I need to get a job. And I'm not saying that you can't work a job and have a business. Many people do all the time. They do both until they're able to do whatever. Everybody's journey and walk is different. But I'm just speaking for me and what I feel that the Lord is telling me. So I was just telling him how I surrender my thoughts and, my ways of how I expect it to happen, just surrendering my will. And he led me to, the Proverbs 16:9, that the man plans his own ways, but of course it's the Lord that established them, right? And then I ended up going for a drive later on, and the Lord, it was just like a light bulb went off. So he showed me an image of gears grinding. And like sometimes gears grinding is so hard, right, to turn or whatever the case may be. So the Lord was showing me that's like my brain. If I'm a business person or trying to work in the entrepreneur world, that I need to start training my mind, disciplining my mind to look into those things, right? But because there's nobody in either side of my family that necessarily has their own business, like my immediate family, there's nobody that knows about how to be an entrepreneur. They're not teaching me. I have to go teach myself, connect with other people that are in the business world, in the industry, to kind of get the tools and the tips that I need. It takes a lot of work. So if you're not used to it, you have to program your mind to say, hey, I am an entrepreneur. Hey, I am a businessman. I am a businesswoman. And it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of work. This is a whole new world to me. And if those things weren't on the forefront of my mind, then of course, no, I'm not gonna know automatically to think on those things. So I was just also praying that I have the mind of Christ, and just all those things that that talks about the mind, so then I can know to better to know the Lord's will in things, which is Romans 12 2. Don't be conformed to the patterns of the world, but renew your mind. Renewing your mind helps you to think on the things that the Lord will want you to think on, or give you the ideas that you need to further yourself. I'm just trusting the process out here right now. And I'm just thankful for the people that have been encouraging, that have came along on this journey, that has been authentic on this journey, that has not hindered me on this journey, not try to, try to trick me up because they think I'm going to get further ahead. There's room for everybody. There's so many people in this world that I'm reaching a group of people. They're going to reach a group of people. We're not necessarily going to cross the same groups of people. And I don't have to be in competition with anybody. I don't have to try to outshine other people. I don't have to think that I'm better than people. I'm just going to be me. And me alone is enough because nobody can be me but me. So I was just really encouraged by those nuggets that the Lord was giving me this morning. And I just wanted to come on and share. And I hope everybody has a blessed Friday.